Hello everybody, it's Free Spirit here. Frustrated Spirit actually, so starting this video with some nice crystal energy. Mostly for me, but I know you love it too. Look at that beauty. It's been a very trying couple of days, especially today. Okay, hold on just a second here. I'm editing this now. This is future Free Spirit. And she's not in that position anymore. She's not in that mood. And she's not contemplating all the yucky things that have been happening. And so I would like to do a voiceover for this section. And I will try to remember all the pertinent things that I was trying to say, but with a much better attitude. Oi. Oi. Thank you. So, I just wanted to lift the spirits with a little bit of crystal energy before I moved over to where I have my indoor garden. And I wanted to keep this part in because it really was in the beginning. So this was at the end of February, the very end of February, when I concocted my plan to grow stuff inside. And so this is going to be 3 updates, I guess. Doesn't that make you feel calmer? Okay, so now that we've taken a deep breath, here we go. A couple of projects that I have. I'm going to grow some ginger. Yeah, the salal root. I just have to submerge it in some nice soil for a little while. Keep the humidity up a little bit if I can. And I have some potatoes, some organic potatoes that are already, what do you call that? Just have to cut them and put them in dirt. They've already started sprouting. There you go, sprouting. So they'll grow in bags out on the front porch, so they get the maximum sun right now. And also I'm going to try and sprout sweet potatoes in this pan. Theoretically, I can mostly submerge it in dirt and plant starter and keep it wet, and it should grow some slips, which I can then transplant. And I have my list of to-dos. Yeah, more seeds, lots more to go outside. And I'm also rooting some things. This one is blue sage. I have Russian sage. Yeah, I have blue sage that I'm sprouting. And this is Russian sage. So if it doesn't catch, then I can also use some rooting hormone, which I had on order at that time. And here's some rosemary that I'm also rooting. And figs. Lots of figs. So evidently they sprout easily or root easily. This is one technique that I'm starting with till I get the rooting compound. So let's see if some roots start. Otherwise, rooting compound again. But if you leave a little air and there's a little humidity in there, it might work. It takes a while. So they get some light, but not direct sun. And I'm just moving little things into bigger pots mostly. And then germinating more seeds and moving things along. Yeah, well, these are the next size that I'm putting the small individual ones into. Oh, this heat mat has been a lifesaver. It really works well. I keep it between 80 and it's supposed to be between 75 and 85, so I keep it at 80. and everything's starting to sprout. All the little seeds, just in less than a week, all of a sudden now, I'm starting to see a lot more, especially the peppers. It's kind of hard to tell. They're barely, but they're staying warm, and that's a big thing, I guess, for germinating peppers. I have 4 different kinds going. And tomatoes are coming along, tiny seedlings. So they're just getting a lot of sun in the morning, and then grow light for hours in the evening. I have my studio lights, and this bulb that's in there is, I forget the details on the spectrum, but it's for growing plants for sure. So I have some cucumbers and zucchini, I think, and some flowers, some sunflowers, and some blue sage, some 4 o'clock, just a little tiny bit showing. I'm so impatient at this stage, but everything's starting to pop. I got some cosmos and sunflowers. I think all of the sunflowers germinated. So I want them to get nice and strong. These and these, and those are going to be put into bigger pots today. And let's see, all of these I'm going to leave until they have at least 2 or 3 sets of leaves, or until the dirt really keeps drying out too much. But they're in seed starters, so it's good for them. Up here we have artichokes. Artichokes, I have 5 out of 6 so far in these little pots. And then I have, these are old seeds. I think I had some beans and some onions. I'll just see if they come up. Yeah, catgrass. That's oat grass, and Miss Abby has been sneaking in here and mowing it down. So I keep adding more seeds and watering it. And I was sure I would remember what these are. I think they're old bean seeds that I had. Beans and some kind of peas. Yeah, I guess I'll find out. And yeah, that's what I need to do today, is take the ones that are the strongest and biggest and move them into individual pots before the roots all start intertwining. And those are the 4-inch pots. Yeah. I have a lot of nice dirt, and I'll put some plant starter in the dirt or in the water, and then I'll make room on the mat for all these seeds that I want to start. And they should pop pretty quickly, because the trick is the heat mat for sure. And some of them are going to be sewn right into the planters outside, and I have to get the bags ready for them. But some of them I'll germinate as well, so I'll use these little plastic containers and create like a little greenhouse in there. And then just take some paper towel and put it on the bottom there, and use some water, just plain water, and wet the paper towel pretty well. I use this to bring the humidity up over here for the little plants too, because it's so dry. Give them a little spritz. Yeah. So, yeah, there's the plant starter. So that will be added to the water. It's a 3-10-3. So it's like a root stimulator. So when you start your little plant seedlings, give them a good chance to get support there before they start growing. that's everything I wanted to show you. I guess that's it for this update. I will be back in a couple days and show you our progress. Alright. And now it's a few days later and another update. And we're getting these little guys transplanted finally. I've been spreading myself a little thin. I've been having a great time, but taking out a little too many things at the same time. So I've been doing things outside on the porch. I've transplanted about 50 irises and what else? All kinds of little things. And then I've been working with my saddles and my saddle fit and new girths, and all that's going really well too. So springtime here is going to be, I think, good content for ASMR, I hope. So here we are. I've got my heat mat has been going at just about 80 consistently. Now there's a little sensor there on a suction cup that you put in between everything to check on the temperature, and it's made a huge difference because my peppers are starting. Look at them. Yeah, I've had a couple years where I didn't get anything, sowing it into the ground or trying to germinate them, but now I think I got the secret. They like to really be warm. I think I have 5 out of 6 for the cayenne pepper, and the cow wonder green pepper, bell pepper is coming up really well too. And lots of tomatoes, which is still going to keep going. Over here we have the herbs. We got some dill coming up, some tarragon, parsley, and cilantro, and onion. Yeah, and this is table queen squash. So I'm finally getting 2 out of the 6 going. We got cucumbers and zucchini. Those are going to be transplanted today. In the meantime, a lot of flowers are coming up too. Larkspur and cleome. They are popping. And these are all the sunflowers and cosmos. 2 kinds of cosmos. 4 o'clock and blue sage. So I'm going to be moving the sage, cucumber, zucchini, and the sunflowers. That's what I'm going to do now. So that's about as far as I've gotten. Nothing different since the last update. So let's get these babies over to the table and start moving them out of these tiny little pots. Okay, here we are. So I've brought over the plants that need to be relocated. And over here I have a tray, a different type of tray. I got a bunch of these because they last for several seasons, and I can fill it up with water, and it's very flat, and it will help the plants be watered from underneath. There's a lot of holes in these. So these are 4-inch pots, and I can fit 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 on a tray. And then I'll leave each thing in these pots until they get at least 4 or 5 inches tall. And then they'll go into their forever home until I eat them. So there's no way around it. It gets messy here, dirt and all that, water. I always have paper towels handy. And if they're just wet, I just hang them up, let them dry, and reuse them a few times. And what else? Oh, I already wet everything this morning. It was pretty dry, but I decided to put the plant starter, this good stuff in there. It's a little bit bright from the window. But anyway, this is a 3-10-3, so it helps to encourage root growth, root development. So that's what we really want when we're transplanting these seedlings. Yeah. And they're going to go into some really nice potting soil that I just bought. About 6 big sacks. That's another thing. I did an online order at Home Depot, and I got curbside pickup. So all I had to do was use a code, and I text them when I got there and let them know which number parking space I was in, and they brought the whole order out and loaded it in my car. So, between the good soil, which has some perlite in it, vermiculite, which keeps it lighter and draining a little bit better, while retaining water where it needs to be, I'm using the plant starter, and let's just give this a shot. I was using 4 tablespoons of the starter in a gallon of water, and then I would pour from the gallon into my little watering can, which I don't know where I left it. I thought I was going to have it here. Oh well. Oh, it's on the floor over there. Oh, I know what happened. I got really interrupted by Abby for the 3rd time as she knocked over the cat grass. I didn't show you the cat grass. It was just to the point where I was going to bring it to the other side of the house, put it out in the cat area, the catio, and let all of the cats enjoy it. But no, she entitled herself and has been sneaking in here and eating it, but she's knocked it over 3 times now, so she got in trouble and she got ousted. Okay. Here's the pots. And my little tool packet came with the pots. Oh, I'm so sorry that it is so noisy back there. But I am envisioning everything quieting down in the future. Not today. Alright, so I have this little marker, which it's, let's see, it's not a very fine point. So I may just end up using my super fine Sharpie. And then it has this cute little spade trowel, whatever you want to call that. It's got this little thing. I'm not quite sure. It looks like something I'd use to get weeds out or dig up a root or something, but it's a heavy plastic. See how long it lasts. And we have this little scoop, which would be good if I had dry fertilizer. I was measuring, but I could use this too. With the little pots, it's going to be handy, I think. And this side, I don't know what to call that shape. You squish down and turn, and it leaves a little hole for you to put the plants in. Okay. And then I bought these, as I mentioned, jumbo spatulas. And they were way, way cheaper in the, I think it was in the craft department, because they're not food grade. But I think you can also get it in the beauty department because they use them for like wax, you know, when you melt wax for hair removal. But I probably won't use these till I put the stuff in the big bags. Those are nice and tall, 6 inches. In the meantime, I also got a lot of these little plastic ones, which I wouldn't have ordered again. Because even the plastic ones don't really work well in the desert. They get very dry and then they break and you have so much trash. but it came with it, so I'm going to use them. So I'll pull out a few of them. Have those ready. Alright, let's start with these biggest ones, the zucchinis. So I have 6 beautiful zucchini starters. And they're starting to get a little, oops, more dirt on the floor. They're starting to get a little tall, so I'm going to bury them a little bit deep in here. Maybe they'll get some more roots coming up there. And on this side over here, where you can't see, I have a large 5-gallon grow bag full of the brand new beautiful dirt. And let's just scoop up some. And it's a little bit damp. Not bad. It's a nice light mix. It's intended for container plants, basically, so it's much lighter than what you would use to plant in the garden. Yeah. All right. Let's see. And just put a little hole in the middle with this little device. Like that. Yeah. Just going to squeeze up from the bottom. You can see it got some roots coming down. Yeah. Nice and healthy. Alright, so these are zucchini. And I'm going to gently squeeze the bottom a little bit and lift these out. Look at how nice the roots are. Yeah. So I'm going to need a bigger hole. There we go. Try not to disturb the roots. I do want to push this down a little bit more than it was. Like that. And I'm going to fill up the rest of the dirt. I was going to put table paper over this, but with a vacuum, it's easy to clean up afterwards. Aww. Little zucchini. Ta-da! So I guess I'll just show you an example of each one of these, how I plant them. I have 2 more over there. And then label. And then we'll just be quiet and I'll just work along. And this can be more of a nap time video. Let's see. Don't want to get Sharpie on the table. So, these are zucchini. And it says Black Beauty, yeah. Zucchini. Black Beauty. So bright in here. Zucchini, Black Beauty. I'm just going to spritz it a little bit. And let down the soil. Let's see if this is a spritzy. It's a spray. can't believe the guy with the little bobcat back there is out there backing up. Beep, beep, beep. Once again. There we go. So now, these trays, once I fill them up, I'll be able to take outside on the porch all during the day, so they can get a lot of sun on the front porch. They get probably from 7 a.m. until about 2. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So that's pretty good. I could even move them out a little bit further on the porch to get a couple extra hours if I need to. But that should be really good. And then, yeah, that leads to the next major project, which is that disaster area over there where I store all my ASMR stuff. I've started pulling it out, moving boxes around, and just, if I need to clean an area, I need to explode it. So I have no choice but to deal with it. So it's a mess. But there's a door there to the front porch that I don't use at all, because why would I want people to come to this side of the house, which is not used, you know? I suppose in the old days, this is like the formal living room / watch TV in the corner over here and dining room over there. But I wouldn't want people to come in this side anyway. I don't have a formal living room, or, yeah, this just doesn't make sense to me. So I've had it blocked off because I use it for storage. But if I could have that open, then I could bring these little babies in and out very easily without the cats getting involved. Just my major nemesis with growing a garden. So there we are. We have our first baby. Let's do some of these blue sage. Now these are very delicate, so I'm probably going to use, I don't know. Let's see how this little guy works, if I can like scoop up the little seedling gently, and I don't know, we'll see. Let's do this. Now, I'm not really sure how many to put in a pot. What it looks like when I pop these out. A little bit lighter. Crumbly. And I do want to keep all that nice seed starter that I had them in, with all the nutrients for them. Okay. So I break this up a little bit. Let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, I want to go shoot that man. It's constantly going backwards and forwards in this machine. Can he just go forward and go in circles? Lord. Okay, keep that. So look how long the roots are on this baby. Break them up a little bit. Just gently, gently, gently. Just tapping a little bit. Knocking the soil down a little bit. There we go. There's two little babies. Put them together. I'll just see how easily they come apart. It's really amazing to think that one teeny tiny seed going into one teeny tiny sprout is all you need to get a plant. It just seems like I always need to put too many, and then they don't do well because They need to have their own space. So I am making myself be more disciplined this time. And I'm still using my fingers. I think fingers are better than tools. What do you think? Oh my god, it sounds like a swarm of bees out there with all these motorcycles. No offense to you guys that like to go dirt biking. I get it. I like to ride horses and I like to hike, and I've met really nice people out there dirt biking. Well, I'm going to have a lot of these. I'm going to leave them a little bit together. Okay. Let me use my little fancy poker thing just to help me. And my big clumsy fingers. These have a lot of roots. Okay. There we go. Okay, you guys, you're on your own. You're going to just have to figure out which way is up, because I got the roots in as much as I can. There we go. How's that? Now I got to put a little bit of dirt on top of it. Oh, I forgot this one. There's one little clump here. They're almost like they're the size of like alfalfa sprouts. Okay. Alright, babies. And it might be that I just separate all of these out and put them right into a grow bag. Yeah, I don't know the best way to do this. Okay. There we go. And I might still get a little time out on the porch later doing some stuff in my fairy garden. Okay. That's pretty good, I think. Sprinkle this on top. I have the urge to clean up every time, but it makes no sense to do it until all done. Okay. There's our little babies. And when they get to be a couple inches tall with a few sets of leaves, then I'll figure out how best to do this, but yeah, I might just put a bunch of them out around inside a bag with soil in it. Okay, let's wet this little one down. This one leaks. I always have trouble with these darn spritzers. There we are. Blue sage. And make my label. Blue sage. Okay. And so that's going to take the longest time, which is why I think I'm going to get a bag full of soil going and wet it down, and then just bring these out and just individually put them around this whole big surface area. Yeah, and we'll see which way it goes best. have to experiment a little bit, depending on your space and your weather and availability of all this stuff. All right, let's do the sunflowers. This is a dwarf variety. We're going to stay a little shorter. And these are these big old mammoth 6-foot tall ones that are going to go hopefully along the front wall of the house where it's going to get very good heat. And once it comes into seed, birds will be so happy. All right. Scoop up some dirt. Oh, I bet the cats would love to dig around in this. Okay. So on these I've got 5 out of 6, but this one didn't pop open its seed, so it's kind of rotted. That one's not going to make it, but I have lots more seeds. Okay. I'm going to squeeze the end of that one, put it in my hand. Oh yeah, beautiful. Look at that beautiful root. I'm not even going to disturb it. Let's try the Scoopy. So I really want to get a deep hole for this batch because they are already kind of tall. Okay. No more dirt on top. Some seedlings, if you bury up the side of the stem, they will put out new roots just under the level of the soil. There we go. Nice happy sunflower. I just love sunflowers. Okay. I'm going to probably use, I don't think I'm going to use any fertilizer yet because I use the plant starter. So I might make a weaker version of that just to wet everything down a little bit. And that'll be it for a couple of days. Tonight I'll put them back on the heat pad over there. And in the morning when the sun comes up, I'll put them outside for a while. Okay. And now here is the label. Sunflower mammoth. Okay. Well, got quite a few more to do. Let's do a cucumber. These guys are starting to curl under a little bit. I think they need to have a bigger home. I believe these are the pickling cucumbers. Yeah, they stay nice and little, and they're so crispy and flavorful. I just remember growing up, my dad always had a vegetable garden in the back, and he always had giant sunflowers along the fence. And when everything started coming in and getting ripe, we would keep a salt shaker on the back fence post, and we go pick cucumbers and tomatoes, put a little salt on there, and just sit outside eating it right from the vine. It's so nice. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might have to do 2 in a pot. I do have plenty of pots. Oh my goodness. It smells like cucumbers. Oh, smell that. It's so fresh. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Okay. Take a little bit of this out. I think if these do well, it'll be great to have them in the bags because they like to be like in a mound and grow up and hang down over the ground. So I think this will be really good. Okay. I'm already going back on my intentions to divide everything out, but they're so tiny. I don't want to mess with their roots right now. Spritz, spritz. Okay. And I'll put this back in there too. It's the soil they were born in. It's their home. It's their home earth. Okay. And let's make the sign. I hear the ravens. They're all gathering in the tree in front of the window over there that I can see. It's nesting time, I think. So, cucumber pickling. Cucumber pickling. Okay, so just the dwarf sunflower is the last one to show you. It's just the same as all the others. Just push it up from underneath. I'm so happy they all seem to have very nice roots. Okay. I'll tilt it over in my hand. Good. This is what you want to see. Look at that. And it's very crumbly dirt still. Very nice. I haven't had any lunch and I am so hungry. But I was determined to do this. I really wanted to share it with you, so here we are. This is kind of a video. This is the kind of video that I like to watch when I'm doing stuff like this, I guess. Just to have ASMR company. What do you think? You like that? So maybe you're planting seeds or transplanting while you listen to this. Or sometimes I'll do audiobook, podcast. I just sit back here, be away from the computer. And this is the little dwarf version. What is it called? Dwarf Incredible. Yeah, Dwarf Incredible mix. So they might all be a little bit different. Different colors, I guess. Ooh, big mess. This is messier than my cooking videos. Okay, this one is sunflower. Dwarf. Yeah, that's kind of messy. Yeah, Dwarf Incredible mix. I like using the wooden sticks, but they have to be longer because they get really wet on the end, of course, and then it's hard to read what it says. Kind of messed this one up. Okay. Sunflower, Dwarf, Incredible mix. I like to get the dirt off the leaves. There you are, little dear, ready to go. Okay, so, well, I'm going to finish these. And, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then about 21 more little pots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll make another tray, which I have down here. And these are nice because they have the little ridges in there, and they are connected to one another by these little moats or troughs. Yeah, little troughs, whatever. Little channel. So you can water from the bottom. And it's nice and flat, and it won't rot on the bottom because they're actually up on a little step. So it's good for drainage and for bringing up humidity. So, and it's better to have those on the heat mat than the aluminum. So it's working okay, but I think it's going to be easier to control the temperature of the soil with the plastic ones. So, and the next project, if I can get all these done, and it's still quiet on the other side of the house, is I have some small Tupperware containers that I'm going to use to germinate a lot of small seeds. Yeah. So, happy gardening to you guys. Yeah, let me know what little tricks and tips you might have about gardening. And let me know what you think about these little tools. What the heck is that serrated edge for? Okay. Alright, loves. Gotta get back to this. I'll give you an update soon, okay? And I'm editing a video right now, a cooking video, so hopefully that'll be up before this one. So I can keep the variety fresh, you know what I mean? Okay, love you guys. See you soon. Bye for now. I was only kidding. everything's just going so well that I just keep adding to this video. And I'll still probably be behind, but look at all of this. It's going so well. I actually have to move a lot of things around so I can use this heat mat and germinate some more seeds. I still have a whole bunch of vegetables, and I want to do more flowers because the flowers are coming out nicely. I have a lot of different places I could use those. So anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick little update tour, and before long I'm going to make a different video moving outside. Yay! But I'm glad that I'm going at the pace that I'm going, because even though we had a few days that were at least 80 degrees and beautiful and just calm and mild in the evening in the 50s, I knew it's not the end of the nastiness. And today it's windy. It was very cold this morning. It only got up to about, somewhere in the 50s today, and it's going to go down to 39 tonight. So, even though it's not freezing, I don't want to put my babies out too soon. Hey there. Aww. I have to find a special place outside for you. Yeah, I'm going to miss you in here. But I can't wait until this is all, ready to go. And outside in bags, grow bags, or pots, or on the trays, and just okay to be outdoors, because this whole side of the house is where the cooling system is, and I need to have it available and open for the rest of the house, which means the cats can get back here. So these babies all need to go. So here I'm at the rooting stage with these figs. A lot of fig branches, and I have them in rooting hormone, and then in these just lightly dampened peat moss medium, just to let it start developing roots. So that'll take quite a while, so I'm just keeping them here where they get light but not direct sun. And this one is rosemary, and I'm doing the same. I have no roots on those, so I'm trying to root them. The cats are trying to break in back here. And everything is pretty much into the bigger pots. These are all the 4-inch pots. We have zucchini. I've got at least 4 pretty good ones. And then we have cucumbers. And we have some squash. And what's that? It's a cucumber. And those I'll probably only leave here for another week or so. And then they're going to go in bags. And these are all tomatoes. Look at them all. I transplanted all the little seedlings. And these will stay here for another week or two at least, until they're getting a few more sets of leaves. And there's more over here. I have aroma and San Marzano, a couple of beefsteak, some heirloom, mixture, and some cherry tomatoes too. And I transplanted the artichokes, which are doing really well, 5 out of 6. So these will all stay here for just a little bit longer. I'll start taking them out a little bit for an hour or two if it's not too windy. I've got my grow light here just to add to the sun. They get a good amount of sun till about 3 o'clock or so. And on this end, it's primarily flowers. So we have a lot of, it's a little dark in this end, but we have a lot of flowers that are just going to go for a little bit more because they're in these tiny ones. And then I'm going to put them directly into pots. I have 2 different kinds of cosmos, and I have these vines that look so healthy and happy. And then I have dwarf sunflowers that are going to go too. And then these are herbs. So a little slow on some of them. I got one little cilantro, a couple of parsley, a couple tarragon, a little bit of dill, and I'm also getting some going outside in a planter that I'll show you too. Has 7 different herbs. And these are all peppers. I'm so pleased that they did come up. I want to get some more sprouting too. So I have a few different kind of red peppers. I have cayenne. Then I have bell pepper and jalapeno. And some onions. Yay! So, yeah. So these guys are all going to go outside soon. Flowers, because I can lightly cover the where they'll be, protect them. Up here is the blue sage. It took off. I'm so happy. Look at them. They're so healthy. So they're going to go in bigger pots too. Make like little combinations. And these are vines, and I'm pretty sure they're beans. I planted some beans. Maybe they were magical beans. And then these are the tall sunflowers. Uh-oh, I see one crashed over. Yeah, they're doing pretty well, but I need to get them into something deeper. So that's all there is at this point. And once I get the bigger pots put outside and moved into bigger grow bags, then I'll have room for more seeds and more seedlings and continue the process until I run out of bags to keep them in out there. So, yeah, and I've been doing a little bit outside in the main garden so that they'll be all nice and ready. Just putting a lot of the old straw, the old hay, all around the outside perimeter so no weeds are growing at all. And it's really working out great. But I still have a lot of that to do. There's only one of me. So it's a lot of fun. And I'm making my little outside garden on the front porch, just outside the window where all the birds come. So I'm definitely going to do a video out there pretty soon in the evening when it's not windy. It'd be so nice to just sit out there and show you the little lights I put up and a little fairy garden and always more to do, but I'm trying to balance it with doing some other things too. Well, alright. Hopefully this video is not going to be too long, but I'm going to get it together, and this is really, 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 really the end. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.